Hey there, friends. Aloha, I'm Jacqueline Claire. Welcome back to our study of the Advent of Divine Justice. I am in the studio yet again, literally just in the middle of working on some things. I wish you could see my paint splattered jeans. And I have some decent light, and I felt like reading to you. So we're going to dive into paragraph 80. If you're just tuning in, you might want to check out the first video in this series that's linked directly below. Paragraph 80 of the Advent of Divine Justice. Upon every participator in this concerted effort, we're talking about teaching, unprecedented in the annals of the American Baha'i community, rests the spiritual obligation to make of the mandate of teaching, so vitally binding upon all, the all-pervading concern of his life. Did you catch that? Upon every participator in this concerted effort rests the obligation to make of the mandate of teaching, so binding upon all, the all-pervading concern of his life. In his daily activities and contracts, in all his journeys, whether for business or otherwise, on his holidays and outings, and on any mission he may be called upon to undertake, every bearer of the message of Baha'u'llah should consider it not only an obligation but a privilege to scatter far and wide the seeds of his faith, and to rest content in the abiding knowledge that whatever be the immediate response to that message, and however inadequate the vehicle that conveyed it, the power of its author will, as he sees fit, enable those seeds to germinate, and in all circumstances which no one can foresee, enrich the harvest which the labor of his followers will gather. If he be a member of any spiritual assembly, let him encourage his assembly to consecrate a certain part of its time at each of its sessions to the earnest and prayerful consideration of such ways and means as may foster the campaign of teaching, or may furnish whatever resources are available for its progress, extension, and consolidation. If he attends his summer school, and everyone without exception is urged to take advantage of attending it, let him consider such an occasion as a welcome and precious opportunity to enrich through lectures, study, and discussion his knowledge of the fundamentals of his faith, as to be able to transmit with greater confidence and effectiveness the message that has been entrusted to his care. Let him moreover seek, whenever feasible, through intercommunity visits, to stimulate the zeal for teaching and to demonstrate to outsiders the zest and alertness of the promoters of his cause and the organic unity of its institutions. Let anyone who feels the urge among the participators in this crusade, which embraces all the races, the republics, classes, and denominations of the entire Western Hemisphere, arise, and circumstances permit, direct in particular the attention, and win eventually the unqualified adherence of the Negro, the Indian, the Eskimo, and Jewish races to his faith. Again, this was written in 1938. It was using contemporary language. It is meant with utmost respect. You just hadn't evolved to the state of word choice and designation that we have now. No more laudable and meritorious service can be rendered the cause of God at the present hour than a successful effort to enhance the diversity of the members of the American Baha'i community by swelling the ranks of the faith through the enrollment of the members of these races, a blending of these highly differentiated elements of the human race, harmoniously interwoven into the fabric of an all-embracing Baha'i fraternity and assimilated through the dynamic processes of divinely appointed administrative order, and contributing each its share to the enrichment and glory of Baha'i community life, is surely an achievement, the contemplation of which must warm and thrill every Baha'i heart. He's about to go into many, many quotes here from Abdu'l-Baha, it looks like. And I'm just going to throw in some personal commentary that, oh God, it's just so amazing. Like, personally, I feel that the more diverse our communities are, and not just in name and number, but actually in participation, the less perhaps we will need to talk about diversity, and the more that, because we are living it and consulting with a variety of viewpoints and life experiences and cultural backgrounds, and we're consulting about, as part of our administrative order and consulting about moving forward, that it's just gonna unleash so much amazingness. And again, a little bit like, let's talk about diversity when we're actually living it, you know? Consider the flowers of a garden, Abdu'l-Baha has written. Though differing in kind, color, form, and shape, yet inasmuch as they are refreshed by the waters of one spring, revived by the breath of one wind, invigorated by the rays of one sun, this diversity increaseth their charm, and addeth unto their beauty. How unpleasing to the eye of all the flowers and plants, the leaves and blossoms, the fruits, the branches, and the trees of that garden were all of the same shape and color. Diversity of hues, form, and shape enricheth and adorneth the garden, and heighteneth the effect thereof. In like manner, when the shades of thought, temperament, character are brought together under the power and influence of one central agency. It's not just color, it's diversity of thought, temperament, character. The beauty and glory of human perfection will be revealed and made manifest. Not but the celestial potency of the Word of God, which ruleth and transcendeth the realities of all things, is capable of harmonizing the divergent thoughts, sentiments, ideas, and convictions of the children of men. Whoo! That makes so much sense, doesn't it? That it is the power of God that will harmonize all this diversity. We just have to show up in all our diversity and make sincere effort, I guess. I hope is the wish expressed by Abdu'l-Baha, that ye may cease that downtrodden, I hope that ye may cause that downtrodden race, the African Americans, to become glorious and to be joined with the white to serve the world of man with the utmost sincerity, faithfulness, love, and piety. One of the important questions he also has written, which affect the unity and solidarity of mankind, is the fellowship and equality of the white and colored races. You must attach great importance, write Abdu'l-Baha in the Tablets of the Divine Plan, to the Indians, the original inhabitants of America, for these souls may be likened unto the ancient inhabitants of the Arabian Peninsula, who prior to the revelation of Muhammad were like savages. When the Mohammedan light shone forth in their midst, they became so enkindled that they shed the illumination upon the world. Likewise, should these Indians be educated and properly guided, there can be no doubt that through the divine teachings they will become so enlightened that the whole world will be illumined. If it is possible, Abdu'l-Baha has also written, send ye teachers to other portions of Canada. Likewise, dispatch ye teachers to Greenland and the home of the Eskimos. God willing, he further has written in those tablets, the call of the kingdom may reach the ears of the Eskimos. Should you display an effort so that the fragrances of God may be diffused among the Eskimos, its effect will be very great and far-reaching. Praise be to God, writes Abdu'l-Baha, that whatsoever hath been announced in the blessed tablets unto the Israelites, and the things explicitly written in the letters of Abdu'l-Baha, are all being fulfilled. Some have come to pass, others will be revealed in the future. The ancient beauty hath in his sacred tablets explicitly written that the day of their abasement is over. His bounty will overshadow them, and this race will day by day progress and be delivered from its age-long obscurity and degradation. That concludes paragraph 81. I love you, my friends. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, all that stuff, and think about these things. Bye-bye.